dark, I'm the light. I don't bark, but I bite. I go bump in the night. I'm the stars in your eyes. I'm the lord of the flies. More important than Clyde.
Hey everybody, Moofburger here. Thanks for joining me today for my review of Age of Empires 4. Now, I played a lot of Age of Empires 2 when I was a kid. I really loved that game. It was interesting. It got me interested in history when I was younger, and just all around I had very good experience with the game. I did not play Age of Empires 3 very much, so I cannot do a comparison between Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 3. However, when I saw the trailer for this game initially and the initial gameplay, the comparisons to Age of Empires 2 cropped up immediately in my mind. So much of this review will be a comparison between Age of Empires 4 and Age of Empires 2, as that is the standard by which I judge games of this type. So let's start with graphics. The graphics in this game are not great, but not terrible. They're definitely worse than I expected them to be. The outer zoom limit is not far enough. The inner zoom limit is not close enough. There's a lot of tearing around the edges, a lot of pop in and pop out with the foliage on the leaves on the trees. It definitely looks like a work in progress to me. I was a little disappointed. The buildings getting destroyed in combat is one of the only things that looks very good. In terms of gameplay, they have drastically streamlined the menus. There are practically no menus anymore. They've simplified a lot of it, which I don't necessarily think is the best thing. I like a little bit of difficulty in my games, and this seems to be favoring the rush method of play to an extent. It seems to have taken some of the difficulty in the strategy and the having to make hard decisions out of what to research and when, or choosing different civilizations that had access to specific technologies. Speaking of access to civilizations, in Age of Empires 2, Age of Kings, there were initially 13 civilizations you could play as. That was the Britons, the Celts, Franks, Goths, Teutons, Vikings, Byzantines, Persians, Saracens, Turks, Chinese, Japanese, and Mongols. In Age of Empires 4, you can play as the English, French, the Abbasid dynasty, the Chinese, the Holy Roman Empire, the Mongols, the Delhi Sultanate, and the Rus. 8 versus 13. Yeah, I can do math too. And you know they've got probably 12 more sitting in a bin somewhere, ready to sell to you later on at a later date as DLC. In terms of playing the game, it's improved over Age of Empires 2, but it still feels vague and inaccurate when you're trying to get armies to do a specific thing or go to a specific place. It makes ambushes and flanks pretty difficult. The core gameplay hasn't changed very much since Age of Empires 2. Food, wood, gold, and stone are still the main resources, and they're still used and gathered in similar quantities as Age of Empires 2. Considering the amount of support with DLCs and mods and custom servers and custom games, I would recommend you play Age of Empires 2 over Age of Empires 4. If you're looking for a casual experience that's not too hard and not too involved, this game might be for you. Historical inaccuracies are another big problem in this game. The 100 Years' War is one of my favorite historical time periods, and when I first jumped into the 100 Years' War campaign, the first mission they give you is to gather knights for the Combat of the 30. The Combat of the 30 was held in Brittany at an oak tree halfway between two castles, and it was a chivalric fight that was arranged from a private dispute between the leaders, between the knights who led the two castles. But the game makes it out as though this fight would determine the fate of the war in Brittany.
Intent on ending the suffering of the French peasantry, Sir Jean de Beaumanoir sent a challenge to the English commander. 30 champions on each side would compete in a tournament for final claim to Brittany.
Probably not the biggest issue, but it definitely triggered me, especially seeing as the actual historical event was much more interesting and didn't need to be altered to be interesting. considering all the support that's available for the Age of Empires 2 game and the community and the mods and all of it, I think you're better off spending your money on that if you're looking to play serious RTS and have serious fun. If you're looking for casual RTS to have casual fun, this is the game for you. But if you're looking for serious RTS, serious fun, under the Age of Empires brand, get Age of Empires 2. It's still a better game. That's all for today. Moofburger out. Thank you for watching.
Following the artillery. Engines at the ready! The Hestus will be obeyed. That will I be done. Koszty wysesia oczy. With the Serge oczy. Pardon. Doing that now. It will I be done.
It will hold on this theater. Be in troopnet.
Doing that now. Paladin, following the artillery.
Here, shouting. It will hold on this theater. Pushet Arwayman and here at the Hestes. And let's an Arway.
Hestes, what needest everything shot?
Pusheth Arwayman and here at to help you not but be the Hester. Arwayman, Fina Hestes on Sal und Span. Und Glau Hester, each a bear. A bidet Arwayman, for Ura Hestes. A bidet Arwayman, for Ura Hestes. Ilka sua straha boten, sua shuta. Arwayman, Yepet and heir to Hestes. Yara. Pushet Arwayman and here is the Hestes. Yepet him and a good Arwayman Arwayman. And let's an Arwayman. And Salam, Mother beyond this weddus. A bidet Arwayman for Ura Hestes. Arwayman, we moonen the Yara. Arwayman, Yepet and heir to Hestes. Pusheth Arwayman and here at each cannon bully in Hestes. Training Arwaynas. Hestes ilka these are none. Arwayman, we moonen beyara.